go to the markets. The local index is slightly sluggish in early trade, but the rand remains upbeat. The rand gaining for a second day running, reaching its best level in 2 weeks, while the dollar took a breather as gold continued to rampage to new heights. Just One Love founder Simon Brown joins us now to look at this and some of the other leading business news stories. Good morning, Simon. Thank you for your time as always. So we start off with the overview of how the local index and rand are trading so far this morning.
Morning, Imam. So as you said, sluggish. We've got the market up 0.1%. It's really been pulled higher by resources, up 0.9%, and that more than anything on the back of gold. But PGMs are looking good as well at this point. We've got the financial and the industrials both off 0.1%, so a bit of selling pressure there. The currencies, as you said, rand is looking good, 18.62 against the dollar, 23.58 against the sterling, and 20.19.5 against the euro. On the commodity side, gold, $2,315.10 an ounce. Brent oil, 89.31. Platinum trading at 9.56. And palladium, $1,031 an ounce.
Okay, so record highs for gold yesterday. Is today tracking much of the same?
It absolutely is. And what we're seeing here with the gold story, I mean, I mentioned Brent there at 89.31. That's the highest level since early October. I think what we're seeing with gold is, frankly, inflationary worries. If we look at U.S. inflation, it's been around that 3 to 3.4% since June of last year. Local inflation ticked higher in February. It was mostly services, mostly insurance costs more than anything. But inflation's proving quite sticky to get it down to those target ranges that central bankers want around the world, and that is therefore driving gold higher. And frankly, it's possibly got more upside. I'm hearing a lot of folks saying 2,500 is not impossible for gold by the end of the year.
Wow, big projection. Battery and vehicle component maker Metair has deployed the help of specialist debt advisors to help it deal with its 4.8 billion rand debt pile. Talk us through those developments and, well, how they got there.
Yeah, so they've got a turnaround specialist now as their CEO on a 3-year contract as of the beginning of January. And their big challenge is debt, and it sits in two places. On the one side is the Turkish business. The challenge is there that they've got hyperinflation with the Turkish lira. And, of course, a big part of their market was into Russia, and that has now, frankly, disappeared. So they've got significant challenges there. They could do a restructure of debt. They could sell some of the businesses, or they could exit Turkey entirely and sell the entire business. When we bring it back home, the debt's not quite as bad in the South African operations, but it is there. And what we're seeing is they had some challenges. They provide batteries into OEMs. One of the challenges was the new Toyota Ranger. They just had problems in terms of getting inventories, in terms of getting the right specs that done. So it's going to be a big challenge. 4.8 billion, a lot of debt, particularly in a high interest environment. They reckon they'll have something for the board by May, and then they can start that restructure process.
Let's go to supply chain specialist now, DP World. Well, they're eyeing an expansion of their business in Southern Africa with the acquisition of assets of petroleum giants BP's secondary transport operations. Share some more insights about this acquisition, Simon.
Yeah, so it's interesting. DP World, a Dubai-based company, of course, they bought Imperial Logistics last year. So they're certainly taking some big bets in the logistics space in South Africa. This particular deal, what BP's done is they've outsourced the delivery of fuel, those larger fuel tankers that we see on the roads as we drive around. And they outsourced that to a third party. And what we're seeing is DP World is wanting to pick up that operation in parts of South Africa. It's a good fit for them. They've, as I said, got logistics already from the Imperial acquisition. It fits well. And I think we're going to see some more interest, particularly around logistics. They're trying to get to that critical mass in terms of different components. This brings fuel into the equation. They've got cold and chill as well, vehicle delivery becoming a significant player in Southern Africa.